¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, Infamous here. Just wanted to say, hey, thanks for hitting that like button and thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Let's just go over picking out a Harley-Davidson Softail, what I would recommend for a build, or what, depending on just the style and your needs. So Harley-Davidson has a whole lot of different Softails. Right now, looking into the models, Softails, Sportsters, Touring, they have a vast variety of options. But I guess this just kind of depends on your budget and what you probably want your bike to kind of turn out to be. Now, if you don't like chrome, then you have two good options. All right, you have two good options if you don't like chrome. One, the Street Bob. That's the cheapest one, and most of the components on that bike are black, so you don't have to worry about power coding anything. But the Street Bob has a few, not a few cons, but some of you probably like having a more capacity when it comes to the fuel tank. And if that's the case, then I guess you would have to move up to what I got, the Lowrider S. The Lowrider S is honestly a really good starting point. Just kind of like what Matt Laidlaw has mentioned in his videos. I honestly believe the Lowrider S is a good starting point. I mean, look at my build. Turned out pretty good. Turned out all right. But there's a lot of good builds. If you guys follow the Facebook group, if you guys join the Facebook group, there's thousands of different styles, and there's hundreds and hundreds of members that share their images, and you can see what your bike can potentially look like. You go on the Facebook group, Softail Lowrider S. You could go on there and request images, request what a seat would look like on the lowrider on your bike, and you would see someone already has probably done it, or they've done it and imaged and taken a photo of it and probably tried something different. So there's a good chance if you go on that Facebook group and if you own a Lowrider S, then there's a good chance you'll see what potentially your bike could look like by looking at what somebody else already has, or somebody looking at what somebody else had already ordered and installed. So I would recommend, if you own a Lowrider S, join the group. You could get a lot of info. There's a lot of people over there that are a lot smarter than me.
And this is Nicole. Nicole is here to service your needs, so feel free to use her in any way you wish.
They have more knowledge, and they've probably ran into a few things that you guys are probably curious about. But let's go back onto the starting point with Harley-Davidson. Now, honestly, I guess the budget would be a big thing, but man, you guys have to be happy with your bike, honestly. Even if it is a couple $1,000s more, I would strongly recommend getting the bike that you want. Do not buy the price tag, buy the bike. Same thing referring to Laidlaw. This is a bike that you're gonna have to live with. It's gonna be yours for hopefully a long time, because you're gonna be financing it. You're gonna be making payments. You don't want to buy a lower tier, or not a lower tier, but something that you believe you're only buying because of the price tag. If you really want a touring model, or if you really want a Lowrider S, and you just don't have the money, I would recommend waiting, saving up some money, or working a side job, putting in some overtime, just doing something so you can get the bike that you want. Do not get something less, because I'm telling you from experience, you're gonna get that other bike and you're just gonna be like, man, I really wanted that blacked out, that dual disc, that 114, that reduced rake.
Shut up and take my money.
Everything that makes the Lowrider S such a great bike, and you're okay with not having all those little upgrades and all those extras, then I could honestly say I believe if you're not a fan of the blacked out look, or if you're not a fan of, you know, just the performance and you just want the bike, I would recommend, my opinion would be the Lowrider, which is the FXLR. If you don't like that stuff, if you want that smaller tank, and honestly you're thinking about changing the rims anyways, the Standard looks like a great bike. If you have it planned already in your head, I'm gonna do ape hangers, and I mean I could go on for hours, but if you already have it in your head that you're gonna change the rims, the wheels, and you're changing, you know, I guess that would be the main thing. If you already have it in your head that you're changing the wheels, and you love the chrome, because chrome gets you dome.
Yeah, me.
So there's a huge aftermarket for these bikes, and a lot of it, as I mentioned in all my videos, it's a plug and play or a bolt-on. You don't have to do modifications, fabrication, anything like that. You just plug it and go, or bolt it on and go, and that's it. It's very easy, it's very simple. And the good thing about these bikes is, if you want to paint them or anything like that, you just remove the fenders. If you have a fairing, you remove the fairing in the tank. You can drop it off at the paint shop and they paint it for you. So it's, you know, it's very convenient. You don't have to you know, take the vehicle, get it masked, and you know, it's just a huge project when you know, compare that to a bike, to a vehicle. You have to mask out the windows, the inner door jambs, the inner fenders, the wheels, all kinds of stuff. You know, there's a lot of masking, there's a lot of prep. The prep's reduced by, I say, 70% on a bike, when you just have to take off the parts and then take it to the shop. So I mean, those are great options. Another option to consider, if you really like the Sportster saddlebags and you really like the saddlebags, you know, I got leather pros on this one. But if you like those hard case saddlebags, they're beautiful. And from what I've seen, they're really pricey. From what I've heard, you're looking at about, you know, a little bit over $2,000. If you wanted them painted, you're looking at $3,000. So $3,000, you got there, get yourself a used Sport Glide. You're just, you know, just kind of think of it that way. You're putting $3,000 towards the saddlebags, and then you're getting the rest of it. You know, the rest of it's going, you know, for the bike. So if they have it for 16, I've seen some of them for, you know, 14, 12,000 bucks, and you're getting the saddlebags thrown in, you're getting yourself a hell of a deal. Plus, you get those sweet Mantis wheels, and you get ABS. It's a great bike. Now that's honestly my next choice. It was either the Lowrider, because I really wanted the saddlebags, and the Sport Glide and the Road King. The Road King's also another beautiful bike, but that's a different frame. That's just a completely different bike. It's a little bit heavier. You have more comfort for long range. I'm not gonna get into touring models because I don't want to make this video too long, but that's pretty much my 2 cents, my own opinion. You guys are out there, you know, thinking about taking on a build, kind of like what I'm doing. I'm honestly looking at Sport Glides and Road Kings right now. That would be my next project. You guys leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys believe would be a nice canvas to start with. You know, the Standard's really nice, like I said, but the Lowrider S, for a couple extra $1,000, it gives you a whole lot, and that's my opinion. But you guys leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know about your builds. I've seen a lot of images you guys have been sending me on Instagram. You guys have beautiful bikes, and they're really nice, you know.
A few moments later.
Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for liking the video. You guys stay out there, stay safe. Later.